We are here to watch episode 6 from You Season 4. Badgley in the room with his co-stars Charlotte Ritchie, Tilly Keeper, and Amy-Leigh Hickman with us. To the stage, Amy-Leigh Hickman. Right. So just to kind of get us warmed up and not just get heavy real quick, I'm gonna ask you a question, right? Would you rather be unable to use search engines or be unable to use social media, whatever?
That's easy.
I'd rather be able to use search engines and social media. Oh my gosh, I have to Google everything.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So we'll go about social media.
Oh yeah.
Yes, please. But if you knew you couldn't, then you know.
So I'm the only addict here. Is that what you're saying?
Well, not certainly. No, maybe on stage. No, there's no way that's true. But yeah. I mean, it's like one serves such a clear function, while the other is Google. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, it seems to me like, see, we're not trying to get heavy here, but
Big question. You know, I'm just gonna move on because you didn't give me the answer I wanted. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you move on?
I'm in control of this, so I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna do it.
Move on.
Can you just tell us the end? Just.
Do it.
No, I can't. No, I can't. Yeah, I would love to even give some kind of hint, but I think that's I think I can't do that. It's in the fine print.
Yes, they are.
I think it's hard because, like, you know, we were talking about this before. We can't really still say anything, you know, because there's still 5 episodes to go, and I think I watched the show before, and every episode, especially towards the end, you've got like a spoiler every 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I personally still feel like, oh, we can't really say anything.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It's scared to talk about it. But I mean, it's so lovely, especially like I think for fans in London and England, like I think it's really kind of brought in a new audience as well that can really appreciate like the setting.
I think it's hard to kind of gauge. Like for me, I have to sort of go looking to see maybe what the reaction is, and that is quite terrifying.
You have to get on social media, which you have sworn off.
Those people excited about the future of my career in social media. But what it does mean is that you end up searching your name, which is not fun. But it is, no, you know, you've got to go through that, you've got to learn. And it's great. I mean, it's amazing. To me, it's something that's sort of so brand new to be in a show on this scale. And kind of, no, I can't conceptualize how many people are watching it and feel so strongly about it and have like such an investment in it. And it's so cool. I mean, it's amazing. Like, you can really get lost in the theories. Like, that's been so fun, and seeing people talk about what they think is happening, and that, like, I have friends texting me being like, "Oh, it's definitely him, it's definitely her, it's definitely him." I'm like, "Oh, do I tell them? Do I ruin it?" But that's been such a pleasure. Like, I've not been involved in a show where it feels like it's sort of coming out with that anticipation for such a kind of big part of the storyline. So that's been really cool. Yeah.
That's exciting, actually. Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, I think the new part is coming out in 2 parts, and for there to be such a tie to a different place, you know, like, I mean, being here right now is significant. I mean, there's a way of, like, I don't know. I mean, it already was a show that was successful internationally, but there's something about this that feels a bit different. But, you know, in terms of anticipating the success, I mean, look, we make the show. All those of us who make the show know how to make it well, and then, you know, Netflix knows how to plug it into that algorithm, and they know how to turn it into a giant hit. So it's not like we weren't like, I wonder how season 4 is gonna do.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it will probably perform the way it has.
Yeah.
But it does seem like this inclusion of somehow embracing an international audience ever more seems to be widening the circle or something. I mean, the real answer is that Paris was too expensive. I know, hot take. It's not that Paris is better. It's that the Eiffel Tower looks great on a screen, and it's a very. I mean, look, Marianne made sense to go to Paris, right? And it was dreamy, and the writers do something every season where they sort of set the bar so high where you have no idea how they're going to get out of it, and they always do somehow. So Paris was the right place for her to flee, but it wasn't really the right place for Joe to be.
Very good.
Nigeria, because I'm from Nigeria.
That would we don't know about season 5. We don't even know how this one will end, do we? No.
Like you were a fan.
Yeah, we both did, didn't we?
Yeah, I love the
Yeah.
show.
So when you got the I know with actors, you get like your agent, to give you a call like, hey, you got an audition coming up. It's gonna be real good. It's gonna be for you. Like, how did you feel about that? How was the process?
So it was actually a really good day, wasn't it? So my agent, who is here, actually spoke to me for 40 minutes, and she went, I'm feeling a bit anxious, and she was like, oh, why is that? I was like, do you know what? I think it's because I'm still waiting to hear back from you, and she went, well, you don't need to worry about that because you got that part. And literally just said it like that, and I was like, oh my god! And I knew Tilly had been up for it as well. So then I was like, I'm going to call
She
Tilly.
only found out the night before.
Yeah, the night before. So we had a FaceTime and we found out we were both auditioning for this, and because both our characters were from like completely different worlds as well, we were like, I was like, what? There's posh people in this, and she didn't know about like Nadia and stuff. And then I FaceTimed Tilly, and I literally was like, we got the part.
Well, it was that awful thing of we didn't want to phone each other when we found out. So it's like, what
They
the
did
fuck?
yeah.
So we didn't speak until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we told each other like, we've got something to tell you. I just don't know how I feel about it. And then, thank God, it went the way we wanted it to.
And then we went out for dinner, and all our friends took us out, and it was like you don't. I remember one of my friends saying that night. It was like you got to make the most of these nights because you don't get like that feeling back. Like,
It wasn't just that we were going to be on like our favourite show that we watched together. It was we were going to be in it together, having that experience. That was really
I
lovely.
don't think this is a spoiler, but this is the only episode that you're in that you actually speak to each other, right?
Yeah,
That's a
and
giant
sweet.
spoiler.
It's a big
It's
deal.
not.
yeah, I mean they're bound to cross paths at some
I'm
point,
so
right?
panicking now.
But they only anyway. But the writers knew that Amy and I were friends, and so they
just
wanted
about
to
to
do
say
something.
something. See, now you
Yeah.
spoke.
Seen the whole show before? No.
I had
Hadn't.
see. Okay,
Just
no,
when you
but
asked
hang
that
on,
question,
hang on.
what about your show? Have you seen the show before? No, I hadn't, but I have now. And I love it. Spoken about that? No, I watched a fair bit when I was prepping for the audition, and because I didn't have the time to watch it all in one go. And I also thought it would kind of be a mistake to kind of binge watch it just before I started for like a number of reasons. I'm so pleased I waited. I watched enough to know the tone and know what it was, and so yeah, so I watched it really recently. It's been a joy, but it was quite it was cool to kind of come at it quite fresh. I think it keeps I don't know, it was helpful to me.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
From season 1 to this new season.
Well. I guess the question is like, what does personal evolution really amount to? It's funny. I normally am answering these questions without these three here, and I can just feel them being like, and I feel silly. Yeah. So he hasn't really changed, has he? I mean, he's got the hair and the beard, which is a kind of change, but it's not the sort of change we're really talking about. I mean, part 2 does not keep going down the path that you think it's going down. The spoiler that you think you're waiting for comes sooner than you'd think, and then there's another twist, and then there's another, and so it's not quite on the path that you think it is. And what
what are you talking about?
the twist that everybody thinks they're waiting for, that happens in like.
Oh, you're talking about that twist. I thought you were talking about that twist.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
There's a few. That was a so I just feel like. What's the question? About Joe's evolution. Joe's not really involved. I mean, I think he's playing. He's playing at it. He, like a true sociopath, he's able to. Not all sociopaths do this. I don't know. But he definitely mimics a lot of it. Yeah. But no, he's not really changing. I mean, you got to see the end to be able to judge that.
I mean, we went on a few nights out, didn't we? And mainly in Soho, because I think that's just where the actors flock, really.
Yeah.
And then Penn had us round for dinner and all stuff like that. I mean, we had a few nights out, but he's in every scene
It's true. I
all
know.
the time, so there's not a lot of downtime. For any of them, but especially for Penn.
I have spent seeing Penn outside of work made me spend more time in Kensington than I ever have in my whole life. Because you were staying there.
That's right.
Which was a lovely discovery for me. I felt like, aside from Penn, I was discovering parts of London I didn't know.
That's
And I grew up
nice.
here. Yeah, so it was really nice for me to sightsee.
Kensington?
He was sort of like Notting Hill, yeah.
But then I was in
at
Level
one point,
as
and
well.
then
Yeah.
All the way to South Kensington
That's
and
how
on to Royal Holloway. Really?
Yeah, in these boots.
What did you think about during that long walk?
Listen, I think it's very charming that that's been turned into a meme. But I mean, watch any movie. If you know, I mean, locations are it's a complete fantasy. It's not real. Right? So yes, but I do love the idea that Londoners are sort of playing cultural referee with us the way I play cultural referee with the thirsty tweets. So it's fair. Fair game.
Favorite outfit that you kind of just took home with you, kept for yourself.
I cannot confirm or deny if I took one thing home with me, because if I confirm, I have to put it back. Actually, in episode 6 that you guys just watched, I did maybe steal quite a few of those looks. I mean, the only thing is though, with Phoebe's outfits, they're so impractical. She dresses like it's 40 degrees outside all the time, but I loved a lot of them. They were so tiny though. Yeah. And I actually mentioned this in an interview the other day. Any gust of wind was a danger for me, because those tiny skirts, I was having a Marilyn Monroe moment. But I would have liked to have taken it all home, but unfortunately, I didn't take anything. As far as I'm concerned.
It was a new world for me. I was wearing like cream and like white, and I'm normally not allowed to wear that because I'll spill something down even in like 10 minutes. It was so exciting, but I missed the costume sale. I didn't know it was happening, and I missed it, and I couldn't.
It was a
believe
costume
it.
sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you believe it? They won't give it to us.
Wait, so they don't give it, you have to buy it?
Yes.
At a discount?
Doesn't sound like
What,
it.
heavy
They give
discount?
us a discount.
Oh.
But also, it was funny because Charlotte and I we don't like wearing heels. I mean, wearing heels.
I know.
So a lot of the time, if you ever see Charlotte and I walking in the show, we're holding each other. It's really quite dramatic.
Until you don't put it out. That's not lucky.
It's a fun little
Yeah.
How do you process it that you guys? I mean, are you keeping it? Is that a new look for Joe, or a new look for you? What's the plan? How you keeping it?
I wanted to change him up more every season, but every season has tried to pick up right where the last one left off. This time he's a Joe in this season starts out as a posthumous icon. He's supposed to be a dead man in America, right? Who was somewhat famous for a moment. So he has to look really as differently as he can. So I wanted more hair and beard, and we met in the middle. And I was happy with it. Although I gotta say, by the end, what it takes to care for a beard that's on camera every day.
All of us
It's not.
yes, no,
No, that's true. I'm not like that.
It's a lot of work.
The episodes 1 through 6.
Yeah.
5 because people watching.
Oh right, people watching haven't seen 6. That's
Haven't seen
right.
6.
Yeah. So
Right.
for part 1, what's your favorite?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's your favorite?
I can't say.
Oh, is it in the later episodes?
Yeah, it was yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop talking now.
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. Honestly, I don't.
Where it's in part 1, so I can talk about it. Where Phoebe finds out something about Adam, and she goes to get Kate's advice, and Jonathan's in the room, and she sits on the chest where Jenna's definitely
Oh,
Because it's just
I
like
love that.
sad, sweet for Phoebe, but it's also just like, oh, it's so cringe.
Yeah.
It took us ages to finish that scene because it was always at the end of the day, we could never get the time, so I probably said the line, smack his little body, about 27 times.
And it was a pleasure to hear it every time. It never lost its charm. Every time. It was heaven. One of my favourites is probably in that mad house that Nebworth that we filmed in. It was nice. It's a sweet scene between Joe and Kate, where Kate asks Joe if he's seen what she's seen between Adam and the guy that works there. And it was just a moment of like levity and Kate having a really good sense of humour. And that was really, really nice. I liked doing that. That was nice. And the hall was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was lovely to film there. Pen?
It's hard. My favorite scenes are definitely in part 2, just for reference. But I think, I'll go with something in Nebworth, because now it's on the brain. When Joe is regarding all of them playing croquet, which later turns so dark that it's like kind of unsettling, and I don't like that part. But when Connie, played by Dario Coates, when he throws the croquet,
Yeah, that was amazing.
so there's something about that every time that I'm just like, yes.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Probably glamour. I think part 1's really glamorous.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
That really surprised me.
no, obviously not about
Hey, listen,
my
good perspective,
scenes.
great.
But I think it makes, like, you know, when I watched the first season of Emily in Paris, it made me want to go to Paris. And I think if I didn't live in London, like seeing you do that long walk and stuff, and like Sunset House, you know, that would make me go, oh, I want to go to London. I'm not talking about myself.
No, that's because I don't know, and it's hard to differentiate from certain. And glamorous is just not a word that has ever like popped into my head regarding it. But you're right. I think you're right.
My instinct was camp, but I suppose it's because Phoebe's quite camp, and like the whodunit, you know, just the circumstances are quite a little bit, you know.
They're completely believable.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll take that one answer. I say camp, but let me camp or you know.
Dazzle, razzle, dazzle.
Razzle dazzle. No, shut up. I would say either camp or just like mysterious. Yeah.
Mine would be uh-oh. Could be good.
Nice.
There's a hyphen.
I concur. Uh-oh.
Same for part 2, to be honest.
Yeah.
Pen. You can't have uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a good one. How about?
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay, fine.
We can't. I can't say that.
I got nothing. Silly?
Such a threatening thing to
Yeah.
say to me.
Just so you know.
They might be dead. Joe could be dead.
It's true.
This is the thing you don't know. So alluding to a season 5. I mean, look, everybody, you know, we're probably assuming, oh yeah, season 5. Oh yeah, well, no, but we don't know, do we?
This is your moment now.
Yeah.
Be careful.
So obviously I've got water boiled at this point.
Nice, that's good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I like to pour it over the tea bag. Not sure. Maybe I put the tea bag in after. It's not that clear to me. It's not that clear to me. I'm American. Okay. What tea is it? It's Yorkshire.
That's good.
All right. Steep. Okay, depending on the hour of the day,
Yeah.
depending on a number of things, I let it steep anywhere from a minute to pushing 3 if I want it strong. I want it to steep without milk.
Wait, what?
I want it to steep without milk.
Oh, okay.
Take the bag out.
Okay.
What I do? The gentlest tap against the edge of the mug. I mean, we're talking about something real here.
There's something about that last bit that was like,
It's just
too
like
much.
it's just and then you know I dispose of the tea bag in the way that one does. I suppose. Are we composting here? I don't know. I mean, what are they bleach tea bags though? Is that bad for the environment? The question just keeps unraveling.
Yeah.
And so then I use nothing but whole milk.
Whole milk.
Only whole milk. With oat, it literally, I'm like, this is, tastes like pig. And then,
It's healthier, isn't it? But
I mean, it's a splash. I guess it's like, it's a little lighter than brick red. I mean, why is my description so much worse than everybody else's?
it's just very poetic and very detailed, but I appreciate
It's
that.
descriptive. It's nice.
But I think it's just as long as everybody else.
No, guys, a wrap, guys. Thank you guys for being here.